We are in the fierce urgency of now. For we are the 99%. We are in the fierce urgency of now.
Everybody has their own problems and their own reasons to occupy, but ultimately it's all for one thing, and that's humanity.
We are the people.
Justice, equality, and fairness.
Was this guy, he gave the money to his buddies in Wall Street.
Responsive to the people, not the corporations who control really what happens in government today.
They say the economy crashed. Everybody ran out of money. That money didn't disappear. That money didn't burn.
I occupy for my friends and my family. My father lost his job in construction.
Why do you occupy?
I occupy because in this nation, let alone in this world, there are many inequalities in this, against all of the general people that actually work in this world.
Just 100 people in a park and leave them there for 6 months or 1 year, it makes a much longer and louder statement. You know, when people have to come by here, they have to see the signs, they have to see the messages. It gets people talking about it.
It's systemic. The struggles you are going through are because of a system that is going against you.
I know it's happening here right now, and patients are suffering, families are suffering.
You got your lawyers and you got your insurance company, and it's just a pack of wolves. And all they care about, basically, they don't care so much about the good, the beautiful, true, or humanity. They care about their freaking guts and their growing their ego and the little club they're in. Forget about it.
Government borrows money from the Federal Reserve because it can't print its own money. That's a direct conflict of the United States Constitution. The Constitution is an idea, and it's immortal. And we are letting it be trampled.
Their debt stifles entrepreneurialism and any original thought or idea they might have. They don't have the freedom to go and look for what it is they want to do in life. Instead, they're just stuck, working to find ways to pay down the debt that they have in life.
Because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook.
Read my lips. No new taxes.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
Intelligence gathered by this and other governments leaves no doubt that the Iraqi regime continues to possess and conceal some of the most lethal weapons ever devised.
If you like your current insurance, you will keep your current insurance. No government takeover, nobody's changing what you've got if you're happy with it.
Operation Fast and Furious, an Obama administration program that let thousands of assault weapons fall into the hands of violent Mexican drug cartels. Guns found at over 170 crime scenes, including the murder of a U.S. Border Patrol agent. The Obama administration denied the program's existence and withheld information to protect political appointees. The Dallas Morning News calls this a cover-up. Will anyone be held accountable?
Those agents left with boxes and cards and bags of what we presume is evidence. As they were leaving, I counted 9 boxes and cases and 1 paper bag, including some of the boxes that had to be carted away.
When I saw the news story, I was just absolutely horrified.
State Senator Leland Yee is referring to a recent CBS 5 report about the so-called bullet button.
It is extremely important that individuals in the state of California do not own an assault weapon. I mean, that's just so crystal clear. There's just no debate, no discussion.
Behold Raymond Shrimp Boy Chow, one of the most notorious gangsters from the bad old days of San Francisco's Chinatown from the 1970s and the 1980s.
Chow was 16 when his family moved to San Francisco in 1976. The smallest of 5 brothers, his grandmother called him Ha Jai, or Shrimp Boy.
He says when students at Galileo High School made fun of his poor English, he shot one of them in the leg. By age 18, Chow was behind bars for robbery. In the mid-1980s, he was out of prison and was back controlling the gambling dens. In this photo, a young Raymond Chow hodes the then new technology that brought the gang down, his cell phone. Based on wiretaps, gang members were charged with racketeering, heroin smuggling, and murder for hire. Chow was convicted of gun running and sentenced to 23 years in federal prison.
Now, eventually, Raymond Shrimp Boy Chow turned state's evidence against another gangster, and so he got out of prison early in 2006. He's had a fairly high-profile existence since then, claiming that he's turned over a new leaf. He says he's now a force for good in the community. Well, today at 5:30 a.m. local time, FBI agents descended on his home and his offices and arrested him along with 26 other people across Northern California in a huge corruption, gun-running, racketeering, drug trafficking sting, and at least one accusation of murder for hire.
I don't know how much more corruption we can have in this country before the people wake up. Our government is totally corrupt. At the highest levels. It's almost like it's a prerequisite that these people have to be corruptible and Machiavellian, and that's how they get put into place so that they can do these evil things. Like we've got Leyland Yee, an anti-gun socialist, Democrat, high-level guy, 30 years in San Francisco politics, senator, trafficking in weapons, and trafficking with a known gang member who happens to be a Freemason, head of the Gi Kung Tang Freemason Lodge in San Francisco, Chinatown. Happens to be a Mason, just happens to be it. And what about Eric Holder? Is he going to give this guy a pass like he gave Harry Reid a pass? The level of corruption is so unbelievable.